So they went up and they want to know, how is this wicked? They started explaining to him what they did to this woman. Well, let's jump down to verse 12. You can go back and read all this, a lot of information on this, but I want to make sure y'all understand about these sodomites and how they abuse this whore, and God gonna judge them for being sodomites, for being homosexuals. Verse 18. What verse I said?
Verse 12.
Verse 12, go ahead.
Yes. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribes of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us from the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that may put them to death, and put away the evil from Israel.
You see what he said? They want to put these men to death and put away evil from Israel. Go ahead.
But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel.
Now they gathered up a battle to go out to fight. An army to go out to fight. Go ahead.
And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. So
they had 26,000 went out to fight these sodomites. Now understand that when you fight for God, now some people might lose their life. It ain't gonna be a victory. It's not gonna be smooth sailing. That's when I tell people about this. As long as you die serving God, that's all you worried about. So you got to make sure I'm just trying to give you a little foundation. What happened when they got this army up? Oh yeah, verse 20, verse 18?
Sorry, verse 16.
16, go ahead.
Yes.
Jump down to verse 18, excuse me. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of God and said, which of us shall go up first into the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to the battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah.
Now they went up to battle against them of Gibeah. What happened? Go ahead.
And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men.
Wait a minute. Israel went up to fight, but Israel lost 22,000 men. And the reason why I'm reading is because a lot of times when we go into battle, we go dealing with certain situations in life, some of us gonna lose our life, if you understand this. That's why he said in Revelation chapter 20, he says, some shall be beheaded, some shall lose their life, but they sit upon thrones. So understand, as long as you die doing what the Lord tell you to do, don't worry about it. Jump down to verse 24.
Yes.
This thing kept going. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of the Gibeah the second day and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel again 18,000 men. All these drew their sword.
So they lost 18,000 men to Israelites. So these Sodomites winning. So we think 18,000 men. So we up to about 40,000 men that lost their life going to the battle for the Lord. That's why when you serve God, He don't want no suckers, He wants soldiers. And that's what people don't understand. That's why people say they have a problem with me how I teach. Because I teach with strength and passion. Because when you come up against the devil and you come up against these Sodomites, you better be sure that you into this. Because they're going to try you on the other side. If you can't lose your life in this, go do something else. Go play with somebody else. Period. Because it's serious. Jump down to verse, where we at?
So verse 26.
All right, keep going.
Yes. Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came up to the house of God and wept and sat there before the Lord and fasted that day until evening and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord.
Now, it's just like the Israelites didn't stop coming up and asking God. They asked Him what to do, and God kept telling them to keep going up. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. He
inquired of the Lord. That's what God used to come down and commune with them in the ark of the covenant. That box. Go ahead.
And Phineas,
Phineas,
the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, Shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, Go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thy hand.
He told him, kept telling him to go up. Now he gonna give an ambush now. Jump down to verse 34.
Yes.
34, go ahead.
And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and the battle was sore, but they knew not that evil was near them.
Go ahead.
And the Lord smite Benjamin before the Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed all the Benjaminites, they 20,000.
It said destroyed of the Benjaminites of 20,000.
And 100 men, and all these drew their sword.
So God finally destroyed 25,100 of the Benjamites that drew the sword. Go ahead.
So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smiting, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjaminites, because they trusted unto the liars in wait which they had set beside Gibeah.
So they trusted the lie. They set the ambush against the Benjamites for this. Jump down to verse 43. Understand, that's why I wanted to read this to show y'all that when you serving God, some people gonna lose their life. Some people gonna get hurt. If you don't understand that you in the wrong church, you in the wrong ministry, you serving the wrong God, it's gonna be some people to get hurt. And they were going up to take out these Sodomites because of what they done to this concubine or this whore. But God canceled out 2 and 1. He gonna get these Sodomites too now. He killed them down to the ground. Verse 43, go ahead.
Yes, thus they enclosed the Benjaminites around about, and chased them, and throttled them down with, it says, over against Gibeah toward the sun rising. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All these were men of value.
So with 18,000 more men. Go ahead.
And they turned and fled towards the wilderness unto the rock of Rimmon. And they leads to them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them unto Gibeon.
Go ahead.
Saw
Get in. Go ahead.
And saw 2,000 men of them.
Understand that I did the calculation on Israel. They killed almost 65,000 men in that battle. 65,000 men in that battle. Go ahead.
So that all which fell at that day of the Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword, and all these men were men of valor.
All the men, 25,000 men. Go ahead.
But 600 men turned and fled unto the wilderness, unto rock Rimmon, and lodged into the rock of Rimmon for 4 months.
See, they destroyed. It was only 600 men came out of that tribe that's been destroyed in that battle of 65,000. But God had some passion for these 600 men because he didn't want the Israelites to be lacking a tribe. And there was only 600 men left. Now, some people didn't go up to this battle, and God dealt with them. Let's go to Judges chapter 24 and 1. Well, I said Judges 24. Judges 21
Yes,
and 1.
1.
21 and 1. There ain't no 24. I just want to make sure you see in this. When you be going into battle and dealing with sin, like we dealing with Sodom and homosexuality, I just want y'all to see that it's cost sometimes. Sometimes you got to pay the cost to be a boss. And the boss is God in these last days. But he don't want nobody sitting on the sideline now. Everybody got to be on his side. What I mean by that is, you can't sit by and say, oh, I'm going to just let them do it. I ain't going to say that. God looking at all of this. If you ain't a part of doing nothing for Israel, you the enemy. And he going to deal with you. Verse 1, Judges 21 and 1. Go ahead.
Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah, saying, There shall not any of us give his daughter to Benjamin to wife.
See, it was only 600 men of Benjamin left. He said, we ain't giving none of the Benjamin a wife at all. Because if you didn't have a wife, you just had men, that tribe would die off. Go ahead.
And the people came to the house of God and abided there till evening before God and lifted up their voices and wept sores.
So the people came to the house of God and they started praying and weeping for God that he'll let these women, give them women to make other children so they keep the nation going, the tribe going. Go ahead.
And said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel?
He said, why you gonna have one tribe lacking? Because without men, that one tribe is gonna be gone. The whole foundation of the world is set up on the 12 tribes of Israel. You got 12 months in the year. You got 12 hours in the day. You got 12 hours in the night. All this stuff is set up among Israel, our people. This is just some of the stuff that he sets up. You have 12 thrones. You have 12 disciples. This stuff is not just coincidence. Amen. It's not. God set it up like that. So he knew he couldn't have one tribe black. It got to be 12. In order to have these 12, you got to have some women. Jump down to verse 5. But remember what I said now. You got some people who want to sit on the sideline, have this knowledge in their head, but they don't want to do nothing. And you think you fooling somebody else. God see you, he going to deal with you. He'll deal with me. Verse 5. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel said, who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation to the Lord?
See what he said? He said, okay, I heard you cry. Who in the congregation of Israel did not come up to this battle? Go ahead.
For they made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Lord to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely put to death.
He said, surely be put to death, the one that didn't come up. So you cannot be a sideline. You just said, well, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna just let Jeff do it. I ain't gonna say that. I know this woman that's my friend. I know she gay, but I ain't gonna tell her she gay. You got to say something. You ain't got to keep bashing them in the head with it, but you get it out and say something. So the Lord will hear that and say, okay, you told him. That's it. But you cannot sit on the sideline and say nothing. Go ahead, brother.
And the children of Israel repented them for Benjamin, their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day.
That one tribe, that was the tribe of Dan. Go ahead.
And how shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters to wives?
See, they sworn to the Lord, we ain't gonna give our daughters to the wives, but God had a little compassion with them. He told them to. You're going to see what I'm saying. Go ahead, verse 8.
And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpah unto the Lord? And behold, there came none to the camp from
Jabesh Gilead
to the assembly.
These are the ones that didn't come up. These are the ones that didn't help. These are the ones that want to sit on the sideline. He says, one didn't come up. Now listen, look how God deal with them. Go ahead.
For about people were numbered, and behold, there was none of the inhabitants of
Jabesh Gilead
there. And the congregation sent thither 12,000 men of the valiant and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of
Jabesh Gilead
with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children.
So God said, the ones that come up, I want this, that you take 12,000 men. I want you to kill the women and the women that don't kill the virgin women. I want you to kill the women and all the children, what he said, the women and the men, women and the children.
Yes.
Told them, go up and kill them all. Why? Because they were spectators. They didn't want to say nothing. You got to get in this game. You got to get in this fight. If you ain't in this fight, you are a spectator. If you're a spectator, God's going to kill you at the end. He telling this story all over again, all over the Bible, meaning judgment. It's going to come at the house of the Lord first, and then the ones that are not in this fight, the ones that don't put this gospel out, the ones that want to sit on the sideline and say nothing, you're going to the lake of fire. Period. That's what he said here. Go ahead.
This is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall surely destroy every male and every woman that have laid by men.
He said, look, this thing you should do. You should destroy every male And every woman that laid with a man. So you couldn't have no women out there who was already wasn't a virgin. Because you got 600 men that need wives. He killed them all. So I tell you, parents, adults, if you care about your loved ones, have them promote this gospel. Don't say, well, let them figure it out. The only way they're going to figure it out is you tell them. And how do you tell them? You get them before the book. Get in there. You ain't got to sit out there and be all kind of mean with people. Just say something. This is how God judging us. Go ahead.
And they found among the inhabitants of
Jabez
Gilead 400 young virgins that had known no man by lying with any male, and they brought unto them the camp to Shiloh, which is the land of the Canaan.
Now, do you understand now? God has sent people to kill all the men and only left virgin and daughters and all the women. He killed all the women that weren't virgin. Why? Because the men of that city didn't lead and instruct them to come up and deal with this battle. So they got their households killed, all of them, because they didn't get involved with it. To take down these sodomites who done this, who trying to get with these men. I'm just trying to show you the judgment of God, how he deal with stuff. He don't leave nobody out. You think you sit on the sideline, you all right? He went up and found out who didn't come up. Who didn't contribute? Who wasn't obedient to the law? Let's find out. We're going to kill them all. Period. And we're dealing with sodomy, and that's the title. This reason why they didn't come up is because they didn't want to get on nobody's bad side. I want to be a spectator. You better get in this fight. Jumping out of verse 19. Go ahead.
And then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Lord in
Shiloh
yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel,
on
the east side of the highway that goes up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie in wait in the vineyards.
He said, look, man, go out there and lie in wait in the vineyard.
And see, behold, the daughters of Shiloh can come out to dance and dances.
This was say, he said, wait. He said, go wait. And I'm going to make sure that you can ambush these women and take them. This ain't no good feeling. This ain't good if you're a woman. Your dad that got killed, all the men that got killed, your mamas that got killed because they weren't virgin, and you sit up there by yourself and they waiting on you. Why? Because your parents didn't instruct to send men up to take out these sodomites. And now some men coming in and taking you to be wife, you ain't got no say so. Why? Because the leaders of that tribe didn't do what God tell them to do. Now these virgin and daughters out there, it ain't all the way bad because Israel knew how to treat them, but you don't want to be in this situation. Get into the fight. Go ahead, pick it up at verse 21 again.
Yes, sir. And see, and behold, the daughters of Shiloh coming out to dance and dances. Then ye come out of the vineyards and capture you, every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
He said, catch your wife, get who you want. Go ahead.
And it shall be when their fathers or their brethren come up to this complaining, that we will say to them, be faithful unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war. For ye did not give unto them at this time that should be guilty.
He said, look, because y'all didn't come up to the war, look, be kind of patient with these men. So don't complain about this because it's their fault for not coming up. Their fault. The leaders of that tribe, their fault. They didn't come up, so they got all the men killed, all the women that had children killed, and the only black people there were 300 or 400 virgin and daughters. All because they didn't come up and take out these sodomites. This is what God is telling us to do here. Let's go to 2 John. 2 John, verse 7. We got to get into this fight, y'all. Sodomy is running rapid in the land. Homosexuality is running rapid. Transgender is running rapid. And these people are bidding them Godspeed. If you're not saying nothing to prevent it, you helping them. I'm helping them. This is my testimony so that I can say, Lord, you remember that video I made about Sodomy? I did my part. People watching. And I tell them when they come up in here too about that's wrong, about homosexuality. Because we don't need all the righteousness we can to get into the kingdom. All this righteousness. When I say God is looking and see who co-signed with these people, He looking. 2 John, verse 7. Go ahead.
For many deceivers are entered into the world, which confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
She said, many deceivers are coming to the world who confess, he said, who confess not that Jesus come in the flesh. And they are deceivers and an antichrist. He's got a bunch of people who are deceivers that come into the world. And they saying Jesus. They saying Jesus. Look at what he say here. Go ahead.
Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward.
We went on that full reward. Go ahead.
Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ have not God.
Mm-hmm.
He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ have both the Father and the Son.
See, we're dealing with the doctrine of Christ. I told y'all that these Pharisees left the weightier matters of the law undone. So I went back to the law and I seen, gave you scriptures in the Old Testament showing that this sodomy is wrong. And I'm giving you examples of how God dealt with sodomy and homosexuality. Sodomy or homosexuality, and we got to understand He do not change. He doing the same exact thing today. He do not change. Go ahead, listen what he say here.
If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine.
He said, if there come any of you that bring not this doctrine, who is not telling you about sodomy, who's saying Jesus loved everybody and they co-signing with him, what did he say to do? Keep going.
Receive him not unto your house, neither bid him God speed.
You don't even take him in your house. And you got some parents got friends who are homosexual watching their kids. How simple-minded are you? And they seeing all this conversation going on. You know they on the phone, you know they talking to their girlfriend or boyfriend, all this stuff. He said, look, man, neither bid him Godspeed. Why? Go ahead.
For he that beateth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds.
So we seen the evil deeds, how they was partaker of in the Old Testament in Judges. God killed the ones that were on the sideline who didn't want to say nothing, who didn't want to do nothing. You are partaking in this when you don't say something. When you bring them in your household. When you say, that's my friend. That ain't my friend. I deal with you on a daily basis. Hey, what's going on? That's it. That's it. Don't bid them Godspeed. These sodomites are running rapid. And they're running in the church. Let's go to Romans chapter 1. You cannot be ashamed of this. God say, you ashamed of me, I'm going to be ashamed of you. Stand strong. Tell them about sodomy. Tell them it's wrong. You don't have to keep going over and over and over again. Just say it one time. That's it. I had to learn that. Romans chapter 1 and verse 16. We cannot be ashamed of the truth. Can't be. Because that's what a power is. People that don't have power always get hurt. Always get hurt. And when they get hurt, it hurts them the most. And we need the power of God to deliver us through this pain. When I know that this stuff is coming up, it helps my mind to not to dwell on it so much that I go into a deep depression. It's going to happen. When you know it's going to happen, why are you surprised? That's the power. Romans chapter 1 and verse 16. Go ahead.
I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation to everyone that believeth, to the first, to Jew first, and also to the Greek.
This is what the power is, the gospel. How many of us putting this gospel on Facebook? How many of us been up putting this gospel on Instagram, Twitter? I mean, it's so fair. I never could understand back in the day, he said this gospel shall be preached all over the world. But now I know. He uses these social media sites to do it. I can be talking in Albany, and my face is showing up in China, teaching the word. And we don't have to say nothing to nobody. Just put it on these sites. But money else, no, I ain't gonna do that. They might think I'm crazy. Go to hell then. That's all I can say. Because it ain't no in between. Go to hell. That's what it is. All you gotta do is put it up there and don't say nothing. Block the comments if you want to hear. You did your job. Stop being, God is not raising no wimps. A lot of people, they did one thing, throw them off their salvation road. If it ain't comfortable, they will run. You got to be uncomfortable by being uncomfortable. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, and as it is written, the just shall live by faith.
That's all we got. If you just, you live by faith. I have faith that God gonna make me a God one day. I have faith that He's gonna deliver my family. I have faith in all this. I have faith that He's gonna deliver this church. That's all I got. Go ahead.
For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
See, they're holding the truth. That's why He told the Pharisees, you shouldn't have left this undone. This right here is weight in God's book about sodomy and homosexuality. This weight. I ain't never went to a church they talking about homosexuality like we talking about it. They don't express that. Go ahead.
Because that which is...
Wait a minute, jump down to verse 20. Where we at? 18?
Yes, sir.
Okay, jump down to verse 22. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Possess themselves to be wise, they became fools.
This is what they're doing now. They perfect these preachers inside these churches and people that attend these churches, they professing themselves to be wise. Why? Because they got a few degrees. They can read a little better than me. But inwardly, they are dead man bones. They are dead people walking. Stop being impressed by people because they can read a little better than you, they can talk a little better than you. I don't give a flip about that. I can read this book better than you. This is what the power is, not education. As long as you can read and comprehend this Bible, that's your power. Go ahead.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to a corruptible man.
Yes, sir.
Into birds and four-footed beasts and creepy things.
This is what they're doing inside of these religious organizations. They're praising fishermen being symbols with crosses on them. That's what he means, the glory of the corruptible God into the made of a corruptible man. Right now, the Catholic priest, he's the God upon this earth to the Catholics. Corruptible man. And you got some of these preachers inside these churches, the members look at him like he a God. And he ain't telling no law. All he doing is making them feel good and they sin. That's it. Go ahead, brother.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their bodies between themselves.
He said because they hold the truth of God, he gave them up to the lust of their own hearts, where they dishonor their bodies. What happened? Go ahead.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. How
they change the truth of God into a lie? They tell you the Sabbath day be done away with. They tell you Sunday is holy. The truth of God into a lie. They tell you can eat everything as long as you pray over it. And we got Leviticus chapter 11 tell us what we can and cannot eat. Truth into a lie. And people look at me crazy because I keep posting this and that. Man, y'all crazy? Y'all understand what we got on the table here? Because men are not passionate about this. These preachers are not passionate about it because they're not reading and they're not understanding. They fooled by the materialism they have, the materialistic stuff, the money they got in the bank, the big buildings, all this stuff. How can God make this prosper if we weren't doing right?
That's right.
Come on, man.
That's right.
How can Warren Buffett be rich? How can Jay-Z be rich? They ain't preaching no gospel. They ain't preaching no gospel. But we look at them like they holy. They should be some of the most holy people in the world. They got more money than all of us. But are they holy? No. But the people make them heroes. These my heroes. Moses, Elijah, Enoch, all these people.